I mean...
Yes, I do like a good musky, mossy type. Yeah, I'm with you.
By the way, boys, have you ever seen a tree that large outside of a... Just enormous.
Do you think I'm allowed to climb it? Can I touch it?
Absolutely, why not? It's a tree.
It's like a sacred tree.
Well, then ask it first.
Consent is important.
Is that not what
To be fair, I can talk to plants and animals, so yeah, that is a very good point. A villager, I'll ask the tree. That's the only opinion that matters.
I mean, I can only assume that the apple pie that they've got, the apples must have come from that tree.
Hello all, and welcome to a very, very special episode of Malt Magic, where, as you can see with all of the shit around me, we are playing Daggerheart. So tonight we are heading into the whimsical and mysterious world of who knows what, because I'm going to get the players to name that as we start. But it will be a high fantasy Daggerheart one-shot set in a strange little village called Crimson Hollow. This is a place where ancient trees glow in the dark, magic requires a license, and every festival booth might just be run by a very opinionated guild. Expect heartfelt choices, quirky traditions, and a world that is probably just a little bit off kilter in all of the best ways. This, of course, is an adult stream, so do expect adult language and adult humour. There may also be themes of fantasy peril, emotional tension, identity, choice, possibly some cursed produce, who knows, or produce. Of course, full content warnings will always be available in the episode description when this goes on demand. But that is it. So light a lantern, grab your guild badge, and listen closely. The tree is waking. This is Daggerheart, the Hollow Heart. Let's roll. Hello! So, yes, here we are, finally, after weeks and weeks of planning, and maybe a very quick session 0 that we just did, which, for anybody that wants to see that, will be available on our brand new Patreon. So head to our Linktree or our social media pages and you'll be able to access there. But yes, you will be able to access that when it gets uploaded to Patreon. There is also some other things on there, such as ad-free podcasts. We're going to do patron shout-outs at the end of every session as well when we start to get some followers and subscribers. So yeah, go check that out. But getting that all out of my system, we are here to play Daggerheart in a one-shot little module which I have titled The Hollow Hearts. So before we dive in, there's a couple of admin things we need to do. But first, let's run down our lineup. So I am Matt. I'm the game master for this edition of Daggerheart. Very much looking forward to getting stuck in.
Hello, I am Dave, and I will be playing... Are we saying who we're playing yet? It's on screen, so I guess so. I am playing Farneth, a Ridgeborn Dracona. I'm going to get used to that eventually. A wordsmith bard.
Very good.
Hello, and I am Danny, and I'm playing Tiki, who is a Wildborn Elements... Way of the Elements druid, and I am a Simia, so... Anthropomorphic monkey. Think Rafiki from The Lion King meets Caesar from Planet of the Apes. That's the vibe I'm going for.
Amazing.
I was thinking, with the way your character's designed, I was thinking Rafiki meets Su Wukong.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
That's a better idea.
Yeah.
What Josh just said.
That. Hi,
Let's do
hi
that.
Josh. Yeah, I'll be playing Odrin, or Odrin, depending on whether you're from the north, south, east, or west. And I am a Wonderborn Orc Stalwart Guardian.
There we go. What a mouthful. What a mouthful. As we sort of discussed on the Session Zero as well, Odrin, I'm going to say Odrin, is very much the father of the group, or the way it's sounding here. That being said...
Father. I like it.
Odrin Allfather, yeah, amazing. Cool. So, as I said in the intro, we need a name for this world that Crimson Hollow exists in, and I didn't want to create it because I wanted to give you guys something to own here as well. So, it's on you now. Name the world.
Oh, good lord. Chat, help us out. What on earth are we going to call it?
Can I make a suggestion? And
You can.
We
Go for
don't
it.
go with something that begins with A. Because that's the most common homebrew world type, is something beginning with A.
Nice.
Oh,
I feel attacked there, considering
we've
campaign
got
2 is called
Ardalia.
Ardalia.
I mean,
Shots fired by
our
Josh
homebrew
earlier.
campaign on Roll Together is also called Aodrin, so it begins with an A.
Yep. There we
All
go.
right.
So it's
There
a
we
world
go.
full of forests and trees and shit, right?
Well, this area that we're in is, but the world itself is a full world, so it can be as
I was
drastic
going
or...
to roll.
Naturia. No, that's shit.
Thorian.
Thorian?
Orien's cool.
Thor.
Orion.
Yeah.
Scunthorpe.
No. Just no. So are we all agreed on Thorian, yeah?
Do it.
Forian?
I'm going with the foxtrot. The
Is it with that?
What about
is
if
it
you made
at
the
or
I a
an
Y?
at the end? Is it Foria?
Oh.
Orion.
or yeah.
Why
Whatever.
don't we say Foria and we can describe you all as Forians?
Forians. There it is.
Yes,
You
that makes
see?
it easier.
Okay.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
See? That wasn't hard. That then brings us on to our next point, which is to finish off our character creation with the final bits of character creation, which is the connections piece. And yes, I made the decision quickly towards the end of the session zero about actually deciding, do you know what, let's do this live in session, because I think it sort of it gives everybody an understanding of where we're at from those character connections as well, and it's important. So we're going to go sort of one at a time. You will see questions on your sheet that you can ask any of the other players, and then I would like you to note it down. So Dave, I'm going to get you to start with any of those questions, and you can ask any of the other players that question, and they will have to respond accordingly.
Okay, brilliant.
I get to sit and have a drink, basically.
No, this is phenomenal. This is great. I really did have no idea how the hell we were going to write these, so I'm really glad that we are going to have the opportunity for these guys to answer them. So I'm going to start with my first one, which is, what do I do that annoys you?
And who are you asking?
Well, do I not need to ask both, or is it just one?
Yeah, let's go with one for
Let's
now.
go with one. Great. So Danny, what does Farneth do that annoys Tiki?
You're very unaware of your surroundings sometimes, and you will step on plants and potentially small creatures because you don't look down when you walk. You're always looking up and around with wanderlust, so you step on shit that you shouldn't.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
100%.
Farneth has real shit situational awareness.
Just so much. I feel I'm going to really gel with Farneth. I'm going to be able to play him wonderfully.
Amazing. Go on then, Danny. I'll let you ask the next question.
So, I'm going to ask Josh, what affectionate nickname have you given me?
Oh. Is there gods in this world? Can I say, oh my god?
We can say, oh my gods, yeah?
Oh my god, by the gods. There was one that came to my mind, but that feels very kind of racist in context of your species, so I'm not going to say that. It's going to be Monkey Boy.
That's a hate crime.
Oh, I think Odrin said that to Farmouth a few times.
He's completely unaware of it. I don't know. What nickname would I have given
you?
you?
Do have a pre-written down one if you need.
Go on then.
Hang on, you can't give it to him.
Oh, all right. Well, I thought we had to make it up ourselves, but
I did as well. I've written
I'll
them
let
out.
you struggle,
They're
Josh.
completely
You crack
wrong.
on.
Yeah. I think because he's very deadpan and not very creative, you would literally just be Stick Boy.
Amazing.
Cool.
I have got a stick.
Yeah.
That's true.
Go on then, Josh. I'll let you ask the next question.
Okay, well, my question I think is going to go to Dave as the bard. I think this makes perfect sense. What lie have you told me about yourself that I absolutely believe?
That's a very interesting. Well, I'm guessing it probably could be quite a lot of things, and very simple things. When no one is watching, I can fly.
100% believe that. 100%.
Excellent.
I'm going to put that down.
We're gonna do one more round then, just so you can ask the other person a question. Just so we do build these connections out. So Dave, I'm going to come back to you for your second question. I know there's 3 questions, but pick another one and then ask the other person that you didn't ask.
There's one that is very weird, so I am going to go with the other one that's remaining, and that is obviously going to be to Josh. What made you realise we were going to be such good friends?
Your ability to talk to people, where I am severely lacking in that. If there's ever a point I need to speak to somebody, I just push you in front. Even if you're nowhere near me, I will grab you and just put you there to talk to people, even if you have no context of what the conversation is about.
Halfway through a conversation with a merchant, and suddenly I'm like,
Yep.
But he deals with it.
Yeah. I want to buy a sword, speak to them.
Yeah,
Brilliant. Danny.
So, Dave.
Yeah.
What did you confess to me that makes me leap out into danger for you every time?
I mean, crikey, buy me a drink first. But I'm really struggling with that one. What on earth would I tell you that would mean that you put yourself in danger? Possibly it would be that I say that I would do it for that I'm always there to help you with the worries and woes that you have of life. Always there to talk, so that you can, I'm just always there for you, whether it's the good or bad times. He's always there to listen.
So your confession to me is your soft spot for me, really, which is in turn makes me have a soft spot for you.
Yeah, there we go. I have a soft spot for you.
You got a fetish for monkeys, right? Writing that down.
A little bit of a budding relationship, maybe. Finally, then, Josh.
So for Tiki, this is difficult because I think the first one will be really funny, but I think the second one might come to some good RP and character growth. So I'm going to go for the second one.
That's a tough call.
What small gift did you give me that you notice I always carry with me?
Oh,
it's a royal gem.
So, what small did
Session 0 joke. Sorry, folks.
Given you are nomadic, I would imagine you have favourite places. Even though you're a nomadic, you would have like a favourite a place where you'd stay. So what I've done is made you a little carving that symbolises your favourite place that you would call home should you were to settle down.
Keep that on me, and I think I hide it, but I don't hide it very well.
It's just sticking out your
Tucked
pocket.
into the pauldron so it's sticking out all the time.
It's hidden.
Excellent. Excellent stuff. Right. The final question then, which is from me. Because this is a pre-established group then, I just want a quick, how did we all meet?
Now, I think that you were saying that pretty much both of you, certainly Odrin, is more nomadic. Would you say that the Tiki has been migrating and possibly therefore started a slightly more nomadic route? Is that about right?
Yeah, he could be. He's been on his travels. Yeah, it could be following a herd, following the flow of the seasons. So I'm always in springtime and anything like that. Yep.
I would like to say that certainly Farnath joined these two as they were passing their town, and he decided that he was going to take his inspirational words further afield, see the world, and possibly just hope that he's going to bump into someone in particular in the future. But for now, he's just travelling as an inspirational speaker and merchant with these fine fellows.
And I personally really liked the poetry you used to write about the trees and the forests and the nature. So your nature-based poetry is what really drew me to you. If you could recite some now, Dave, just to show what I mean.
I did warn people this was going to get silly.
Yeah, absolutely, Brew. And I think Farnath is quite often wanting to push Tiki over every time he tries and says something like that, but unfortunately he's not very strong and fails quite often.
Excellent stuff. I think that kind of answers sort of the Odrin question as well. But Josh, how did you come to meet? We'll say Tiki, given that it looks like you two were a pre-established relationship first.
The funny answer is I just appeared, and we were instant friends. But I reckon it was more your migration, your group migrating and my group nomading, sort of came together, and you bumped into me because I was cooking in the woods. And you probably thought, this is a dry wood, you're cooking with fire, you're going to burn the place down. But it turned out when you got there that I dug a hole, to put a little sort of wind barrier around it so that I wouldn't burn anything down. And it smelt really good. And I gave you some really nice cooked bugs.
Yep, and you foraged sustainably, which I appreciated.
Yeah, and I didn't step on any plants.
Yes, Farnath.
Sorry, what? I was just finishing off this poem. In the hush of green, where silence sings. Beneath the stretch of ancient wings, right? The forest breathes in timeless rhyme, a lullaby beyond all time. How about that? Did you enjoy that?
Not one of my favourites.
I love it.
Yeah, okay. I'll try again. Hang on.
Everybody take a hope.
I'll have it. I'll take all I can get. You know, Dave's going to be spending hours writing poetry now. For a character.
Yeah,
We're going to hate you. We're going to hate you now.
I think these characters are coming back somehow. Amazing. Very good, then. I think with that being said, let's get into the Hollow Heart. It's the kind of autumn day where the sky looks painted on. The pies are questionably warm, and the air smells like burnt sugar and overconfidence. You have all headed towards a village with a semi-famous harvest festival. So welcome to Crimson Hollow, a village that is so charmingly deluded it thinks it might just be the centre of the universe. And honestly, it might be right. Nestled in this crescent-shaped valley and blanketed by these towering trees that bloom with deep red leaves year-round, Crimson Hollow is a part postcard, part fever dream, I think. The buildings are half-timbered and ivy-wrapped, their roofs steep and shingled with moss, and overhead colourful ribbons hang between lampposts like these festive spiderwebs. And someone is always ringing a bell, for reasons no one fully understands. At the heart of this village stands the Hollow Heart Tree, an ancient, towering organism older than memory. Its bark is streaked with faint bioluminescent veins, and it sheds glowing leaves when no one is looking. It hums. It's that kind of tree. The village green is currently overrun with festival booths, each more questionable than the last. One promises fated fortune readings, but only an interpretive dance. Another offers pie-eating contests judged by a goat named Magistrate Buttons. And then there is a suspiciously serious soup guild kiosk that is handing out license applications for apprentice ladlers. And of course, in this place, no one agrees on the village's history, nor its prophecy, the Crimson Accord. The Historical Society insists the prophecy was written in ancient ink. The local Playwrights Guild insists it was written last week by a ribbit named Gerald. The truth probably lies somewhere in between, perhaps covered in jam and nervously adjusting its cloak. You have all arrived in Crimson Hollow for your own reasons. Maybe you're here for the festival. Maybe you're hiding from a very polite bounty hunter. Maybe you had a dream about an enormous glowing root and thought, well, why not? Either way, something strange has occurred as you've entered into this village. The town have decided, collectively, cheerfully, and with very little actual evidence, that you three, somehow, are very important. Yes, you three, the chosen ones, the heroes of the Accord, or, depending on who you ask, those people who just worked in during the cider tasting. When red roots pulse and sky weeps flame, three shall rise with no known name. Though someone definitely just introduced Audrey as Kevin the Tall, despite only having seen you just this second. Now you stand beneath the crimson canopy as festival drums echo through the air. The hollow heart tree looming above you all and this village, ancient and mildly glowing. Somewhere, a pie explodes. And just beyond the edge of all this colour, whimsy and confusion, something moves beneath the earth. Welcome to Crimson Hollow. The townsfolk have chosen. Try not to mess it up.
I should have been the ribbit called Gerald. That was my original character.
Brilliant. I wondered where I got that from.
Excellent stuff. So you have entered into this Harvest Festival. There is a lot of crazy stuff going on. Now, there are a few things you do know about this world, which is some of those things that I sent you out in the primer. So a few sort of rules in terms of if you were a spellcaster, and technically only one of you, well, I suppose two of you really are. Spellcasting requires a license, but nobody's really checking too hard. Everything upon everything has a guild. There is literally a guild for everything. Official cauldron scrapers was one of the things that I put in the primer. And everybody's got this impression that destiny is somewhat tired, or whatever being, create, or organism, or force controls the fates. Prophecies seem to be glitching, omens tend to misfire, and the most unlikely people seem to be thrown into fate's worst situations. So they are the basic rules of this world, essentially. Everything else we're going to kind of make up as we go along. But you have entered in the Harvest Festival. You have been proclaimed as the chosen of the Accord. What would you like to do?
I didn't know your name was Kevin Audrin.
Audrin. Audrin. Audrin.
Is there any reason going up to a random stranger?
I'm sorry, is Kevin talking to me? Or
I was going to say...
Do you want some more cider?
Of course we would love some more, but his name's not Kevin, it's Audrin. Is that a problem?
No.
Wonderful.
Audrin the Tall. Audrin the Tall. It's not Kevin the Tall, it's Audrin the Tall.
Oh, well, yes. Who is Kevin at all?
Can I ask what my special name is?
Stick boy.
No?
Not you.
Stick boy.
Oh,
Absolutely,
No,
that's Stick
we're
Boy.
not. We're not trying.
I
to make
quite
that
like Stick Boy.
No, that's not.
It is
Who's
much
making
better-
sticks?
It is much better than Tiki.
When we write this
I have
down in the
another one.
histories, and you're singing about this in your poems, can we do a little last minute content edit and remove Stick Boy? I don't want that
Change
to be
it to
my.
Twigs.
Okay, Stick Boy's better than Twigs. Then. We'll go with Stick Boy. All right, that's fine.
Now, how about that cider, my good fellow? Brewed by yourself, I assume?
Well, always brewed by myself, yes. It's
marvellous. I've
made
always
from fine apples that grow down this orchard just down here.
I've always wanted to have some of your cider. It is from far and wide. I've been told to come and have your cider.
Excellent. Dave, Farnath, make me the first roll of the night and the first roll in Daggerheart. I want you to make me a presence roll, please.
Nice. So,
Bullshit.
So you will
How do
roll
I do
your
that?
duality dice. You roll your
2d12.
2d12s,
Yeah.
one of which needs to be very different from the other, so you know which one is hope
Yeah.
and which one is fear. You will then roll your presence dice. You need to get above a 10. And depending on which one rolls higher,
Okay.
you will then say whether it's a failure or a success, and with hope or fear.
okay, so starting off fresh, I've got a 12 and a 9.
Nice, so that's a massive success.
Massive success. But it was with fear, I believe, is how I would put it.
Fear. So because you've rolled with fear,
Yes.
I get a fear token that I can
Okay.
spend later on. So you sort of begin to try and impress these town folk. Or townsfolk, I should say. And this individual, whose name you have not got yet, just sort of instantly runs off to get you some cider. But you also notice, just in the corner, there's somebody who's sort of leant up and just giving you the stink eye.
I cock a smile, and as I always do to anyone, and it's just, this big shit-eating grin, and it's like,
And you notice this, when I remember what I actually designed this NPC as, this sort of
Aragorn.
tall, gaunt man has glasses, but you also notice on their cuffs there's sort of ink stains. They look down your nose, or down their nose towards you, and then just sort of raise their chin and turn and walk out of this little booth you're in, which is the sort of cider tasting booth.
I thought you were pompous, but he really takes the biscuit.
pompous, me? Absolutely not. I don't know where you get that
Too
pompous.
clean. Too clean. Needs a bit more dirt on him.
I mean,
Yes, I do like a good musky, mossy type. Yeah, I'm with you.
by the way, boys, have you ever seen a tree that large outside of a... They're just,
Do you
just
know what?
enormous.
Do you think I'm allowed to climb it? Can I touch it?
Absolutely, why not? It's a tree.
It's like a sacred tree.
Well, then ask it first.
Consent is important.
Is that not what
To
you
be
do?
fair, I can talk to plants and animals, so yeah, that is a very good point.
go.
A villager said, I'll ask the tree. That's the only opinion that matters.
I mean, I can only assume that the apple pie that they've got, the apples must have come from that tree. That's the same tree.
At which point, I need everybody to make me an instinct reaction roll. So this will be, again, a duality die roll with instinct, but it doesn't matter whether you roll higher on hope or fear, it's just reaction. So,
reactions are
yeah,
neutral, aren't
just
they? Yep.
yes,
Reactions are
Yep.
neutral, so a 9 in total.
a 9,
11.
I've got
Oh,
to
hang on,
remember what
plus
my
instinct,
modifier.
13.
13. Audrin?
I'm using demiplane to roll, so I'm just letting it. Oh no! that was bad. That was a 2 and a 4. So I got 6. And
Very good.
Fear was higher.
It's okay, so it doesn't matter whether it was hope or fear this time because it was a reaction roll. So hope and fear don't come into play. However, Tiki, I think you rolled the highest there, I believe.
Yep.
And nobody else got above a 12.
No, it was a 9 for me.
Yeah, so, Tiki, you, as you sort of mention pie, then hear sort of a faint whistling, and you dive out of the way as this blueberry pie splatters against Odrin and Farnath.
Oh, good. Like, kind of wipe it off and take a lick. It's like,
I like these games.
I mean, it's not bad. I would have preferred a better delivery method, but never mind.
A little bit sour.
Tiki,
could do with more sugar.
As you turn around, you actually notice a pie throwing contest, and there is somebody who they look like they've just spun round this small halfling individuals just there, like, sorry.
Better.
I can see the steam coming off you. It's like, let's get you two have got leathery skin. I'd have been scalded.
Yeah, you just see the steam coming off one side of the face.
And then I'll just wipe a bit off your face, Farnath, and be like,
I thought it was all right, Odrin. You were saying it needs a
could
little
have used
more.
in-season blueberries.
Yeah.
I'd say a little bit more sugar and it would be all right. But yeah, a bit bitter.
Yeah.
A bit bitter for my taste buds anyway.
Yeah, well, you are the cook there, Odrin. I believe you on that one.
How far away are we from the tree? That was easy for me to say.
So the tree, you have to navigate through the village itself to get there. If you wanted to get sort of a closer inspection on the tree. But at this moment, as you look around, you also notice a small sort of entourage beginning to hurry towards you. And at the front is somebody who... where are we? So this middle-aged elven woman with this quite, I want to say, regal robe on. Looks very much like a mayor's robe, and there are these 5 different brooches that are attached, or brooches attached across it, and she sort of wanders up and says, oh yes, hello, sorry, you are the heroes of the Accord, that's true, right? Yes, I heard somebody saying, and I would, yes, we, if you would like, we have a main stage set up, we'd like to announce you as the heroes.
Greetings. My name is Farnath, and gives a lovely low bow and says, "This is Tiki on Odrin." Sorry, you said what heroes?
Yes, you are the 3 champions.
We are three.
The prophecy states. Yes, the prophecy states that 3 would arrive, and you are here. You are 3.
What prophecy?
I mean, I've won some basket weaving competitions in my time, if that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Well, there are some basket weaving stalls. If you wish to go to the Guild of Mysterious Baskets, then yes, they are doing the basket weaving.
I tell you what, lead on. Why not? Pie's lovely, by the way.
Oh, just go along
you
with
have
this.
to watch.
I'm confused.
What?
I'm confused. Do we go along with this?
Yes, absolutely. Why not?
Okay.
Maybe free pie again.
Yes, well. Well, there is and you notice another person sort of creeps out from this entourage as well. Sort of an elderly fungrel individual with this sort of, it's, I'm going to say, and sorry for anybody that is a big fan of The Last of Us, it looks like the cordyceps mushroom in its raw form, this long sort of top. And they are old. They have layers of scarves that sort of wrap around them and a ceremonial staff of sorts. And this individual wanders up. Oh, yes, these are the chosen 3. I can feel it in my bone. I don't have bones. I can feel it in the spores. I can feel it in the air. The very leaves. The chosen 3. Yes, Mayor Merrylock, these 3 are the ones.
Now, you see, I have an innate urge to believe a mushroom shaman whenever one tells me.
Farnath turns around just so that only you two can see, and he does a very slight, like, out the side of his mouth. He just goes, "He's crazy," and then whips around and goes, "Delighted to meet you."
They know what they're talking about. I've met loads in my time. Some of them are magical, some of them are poisonous.
I completely agree. Well, this is wonderful news. Do please lead on and tell us more about this prophecy.
Lead the way, High Chief. I'm now enamoured by the fungal man.
So Mayor Merrilock, she's now been introduced, just sort of, well, yes, why don't you follow Wink here? They can tell you all about the prophecy. We'll follow along behind. We're just going to sort of keep our distance, let you have your moment, and yes, we'll enjoy. And, yes, enjoy. I don't know what else to say.
That's all you need to say. Well, we certainly will. I've already enjoyed it while we've been here. Carry on.
Wink, just so I can warn the other two, are you prone to spontaneous, poofs of spores, or are you past that now? Are you too old for that sort of business?
Proofs of spores? No, yes, only when prophecy takes me, and when I feel the earth and feel the powers communicate with everything that's going on around us.
Right. Keep your eyes peeled.
Sounds like you spontaneously poof.
Yep.
How much do you know of the Crimson Accord, of which you are the chosen, of course?
How about you tell us your side, and we'll say if it matches up. How about that?
Oh, yes, well, it goes like this. Very, very famous in these parts. It's our most ancient prophecy. It tells all about. In fact, we live our lives by it. Never finishes a sentence. Apparently, it's individual. So yes. Pause for dramatic effect. Let the sky and the sunset just rest. When red roots pulse and sky weeps flame, three shall rise. You three, with no known name. Forgotten threads, now loosely spun, must bind anew ere falls last sun.
I hate to rain on your parade, but we do have names.
We do have names, but they don't know us here, though, Tiki. That's the thing I must be at.
No, we don't. You have a what do you go by?
Oh, please.
What is your accord?
I am Farnath.
Troop.
This is Tiki, and the lovely gentleman over there is Kevin. Odrin. Sorry, Odrin, I couldn't help it.
It's fine. If I was completely taken aback by how good that poem was, it's nice to hear a good poem every now and then.
Oh, I take that as a slight goodness.
That feels like a dig.
You're pulling my leg. Well done. Well done.
No, I'm being serious, Twigs.
Oh, bugger.
I feel Stick Boy was better. I don't think I can deal with Twigs. But what I will say is, I am. You see, I'm not really a prophecy guy. But the way you told that there, you reeled me in a bit there, Wink. And I am oddly drawn to that tree. Is the tree linked to the prophecy?
Oh, well, yes, we believe it's so closely linked, it's vastly important. When the hollow heart tree glows, the earth trembles. Strange visions begin. He just stands and pauses and just
Does it have
focuses
anything
off
to do
into
with
the
a pie
distance.
being thrown in the face?
Pies.
Pies in the
The
sky?
fate of pies. What does a dropped pie really show us?
Exactly.
Losing me, Wink.
Of course. Do not hear the inspiration in it, though, Tiki. It speaks of the wonder of what is cannot be no more if it has been left. I've lost it. Damn.
Should I just ask the tree what it thinks? If he thinks, because if they all think we're this important, I'm
sure.
starting to think we're this important.
Are we allowed to go? Wink, are we allowed to go to the tree?
Yeah, can I ask the tree?
If this is what you think is the right process, then yes, you must leave this here festival, and you must go to the tree. That is your destiny now.
I'm sure that would be the right thing.
A ritual. ritual, yes. Can I come?
A commune with the tree, shall we? Let's go.
And Wink turns to the mayor. I'm going to take them to the tree. They wish to commune and spark the prophecy of ancient times. Mayor's just like, oh yes, by all means, we'll keep the festival going and keep it quiet, and we'll have a hero's return set up for you all.
The rowdier the better. You must enjoy the evening, and we shall keep Wink safe as we go along. And he grabs Wink by the shoulder and just leads him on. Like, I must say, I have to understand where on earth you learned all your poetry. It's simply phenomenal. As they're just walking off, and he's just giving him plenty of compliments the whole way off.
Excellent stuff. You wander towards the hollow heart tree then, and you notice as you get closer and closer, it probably takes about 10 minutes to weave your way through this village and get towards one of the roots. As you notice that this tree is massive, and actually the village itself is almost embedded into different gullies around these roots, and as you get to a certain it is massive, one of these large roots eruptions as it's come out of the ground, and you see it sort of bleeding into the ground around it. You all notice these red bioluminescent veins that just seem to pulse lightly throughout it.
I cannot tell the number of things that Farnath has stepped on the way.
But what you notice is, as Farnath do it, and that, in fact, Farnath even make me a finesse roll with disadvantage. So that is a duality roll, but you need to roll a d6 on top of it and take the d6 away from your total.
What type of roll is it? A finesse?
Yeah, just straight finesse roll.
Oh my good lord, that is awful. 6.
Can I try and react?
6
and every time
minus your
d6,
d6?
I hit his feet away with a stick.
I rolled all 5s on all of them. So 2 of them just cancel straight out.
So, sorry, you rolled double 5s on your duality die?
I did, yes.
That is a critical success. So
okay,
regardless of what happens, you now gain a hope.
Oh, hey.
If you had a stress, you could clear a stress.
Nice.
But you also, now, it's classed as a critical success, and it's classed as a critical success with hope. So actually, you say you step on everything. It's any doubles, so you could roll double 1s. And as long as both d12s have the same number, it's classed as a critical success.
Sweet. Oh, I like it.
Another mechanic that I absolutely love. And I'd say you gain a hope, remove a stress, so it's beneficial. You say you step on everything, but actually you manage to somehow, and you don't know whether it's just having this fungal in your sort of arm and weaving around, telling tales, somehow you manage to dodge every fallen leaf, every bloom, every weed. You just trudge along the path, and sort of even between. There is a moment where your foot hovers across the most perfect red poppy, and then you just glide over the top of it and set your foot down, and Tiki's there with the stick, just about to whack you on the ankles.
I was going to say, there's probably also the occasional time when I have actually just had my leg just moved by a stick and didn't really notice. I didn't notice at all.
Brilliant. Tiki's just there, move, and move. Brilliant. Right, you have approached the tree. What would you like to do while you're here?
I leave it over to Tiki.
I'm going to drink it in for a start, because I've never seen such a magnificent tree. I've never seen one with the red vines or the bioluminescence before, though.
Veins, not vines.
That one as well. And I'm going to check with Wink just before. I'm like, this is a friendly tree, right? I've come across some belligerent trees in my time.
I will say for this, you notice that Wink and Farnath are still deep in discussion, actually looking at the sunset. Wink is there just like, oh yes, the Wobblepot family and sunsets. They are like peas in a pod. Farnath, you speak to me. Your words, they drive my inner juices to see more and understand your place in this world.
I could not...
Juices?
I could not agree more. This ancient titan of bark and bow. It is so inspirational. Just amazing. The magic flowing through its veins like red fire. This is where dreams come true.
Wet dreams, yes.
Wet, what? Sorry?
Tiki, you probably turn around at this moment, you're just there like... No idea whether this tree is there. But you can make me a knowledge check to see if you can... Or in fact, no, make me an instinct check to see if you can perceive the nature of this tree, whether it's good, evil, or anything.
12. And it was a hope.
Hope. So take a hope. So you gain a point of hope. Your hand sort of hovers over the tree itself, and as your hand approaches, the pulses and the hums almost seem to intensify and respond to you reaching out. The tree itself feels like it's reaching out to you as well, begging you to commune with it. You feel the ancient power here.
So I will almost put my hand and sort of my forehead against the trees, against the tree trunk. And I'll try and commune with it, and I want to ask it. And I'll be using my Nature's Tongue ability from my domain effects, which means I can speak the language of the hidden natural world, and I can speak to plants and animals. So I make an instinct roll with the 12, and on a success, they'll give me the information I know. But with fear, their knowledge might be limited or come at a cost, but we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
So I want to know what it knows about the prophecy and how we may be involved.
Okay, so make me that instinct roll. If you wish, you can also spend one of your hope to add a +1 to the result.
I don't think I need to, because I got a 15 and I got 11 on the hope die.
Nice. So take a point of take a hope. You must be nearing like max hope already.
I've got 5 hope already.
I was going to say I'm 4 out of 6 already.
So. Amazing.
I was going to ask what happens.
So
Is it that it can add a +1 to a roll we choose and take one away, basically?
So some of your features will say you can spend a hope to do this. There's a couple of other things you can do with regarding. So once per day, essentially, you can also do group actions or tag team actions. This is the sort of thing I imagine Tom and Bodhi are going to love whenever we get to play it with them, because you spend a hope and you both decide what you're going to do, and then you roll, and it's a group action or a team action, so to speak. Yes. So you can also spend hope to sort of help your friends. You can spend hope to use one of your experiences. That's an important one. Or you will have those hope features, essentially.
Okay, cool.
Very good. So, Tiki, your forehead touches this bark of the root where this pulsing vein is. And the minute your head touches the vein, the earth trembles and begins to shake. You hear screams from the village behind you. And in your minds, beneath.
Oh, dear fellow.
That was only in Tiki's mind, I should say, as he communes.
Do I feel the tremors, or am I lost in the connection with the tree that I don't realise there's a little bit of carnage happening behind me?
You tell me.
Well, to be fair, I've got +2 on instinct, so my perception and sense of stuff is quite high. So noticing that I've done that and it's creating a ruckus behind me, I'll try and push my head away from the tree to try and break whatever connection I've just created.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to make me a strength roll, please.
Could I give one of my hope to help that, please? I pictured
Absolutely
that when Tiki went and put their head up against the tree, I walked over and my hand is like right at the back of their scruff of their neck. So if anything happens, I instantly grab and pull them back.
Very good. I am going to say, which I believe gives you advantage on your roll. Now, so you get that plus 6.
So I got a 18 altogether then, and hope was the highest die as well.
Excellent stuff. So gain a hope if you had any more to gain, but you don't.
Yep.
So with an 18, you again feel like the tree is almost begging you with its preternatural pull to just stay connected. And again, it is beneath. And the ground continues to tremble. As Odrin then pulls you as you push away from the tree. And even as you push away, despite what's going on around you, it doesn't feel like it was a bad thing. It was almost like the tree was waiting for this exact moment.
It's really hard to explain, guys. I feel like, and as I look around at the damage that may have been caused as the stalls may have fallen over or something may have happened as people are sort of running around a bit headless chicken, I don't think it's a malevolent thing. I think these earth tremors are... It's trying to tell us something. We need to listen.
What? Did it say anything to you?
It just said beneath.
Beneath what, dear boy?
So I'm thinking it's trying to shake the ground to maybe open up a passage for us to get underneath the tree. I feel like it wants us to. It needs us to.
Oh,
I feel like it asked for my help.
What?
I thought you said Farnath didn't sing.
Yeah, he takes the breaks out into it.
Yeah. You, Mushroom. What was your name again?
I am Wink Wobblepod, Oracle of Crimson Hollow.
How well do you know this
Derek,
town
was
and
it?
this tree? Odrin.
I know Odrin, yes, a name that speaks volumes within the vibrations of the earth. I know all about the town,
I think he was calling you fat.
about the tree, of you,
What could do with losing a few?
of fate.
Is there any tunnels or crevices or anything like that underneath either the tree or the town?
The crevice of fate extends to us all, pulling us down, weighing us.
I turn round, I pick
Wise
Farnath
words.
up, I spin round, put him in front of me. He's saying too many things, you speak.
On this occasion, there probably is a slight eye roll with Farnath, but otherwise knows that, pretty much knew that was going to happen, and goes, I think I know exactly what you mean. And then turn to Tiki and go, Tiki, you were talking about the cracks in the earth. Can we potentially see if one of those is a way down?
Should I do the tremors again? And maybe it'll create an entranceway?
Can fathers look around for any cracks in the... Have we already had any cracks because of the earthquake?
Absolutely can. Make me an instinct roll, please.
Instinct roll. Okay. Okay, yeah, I mean, it succeeded with a 17 with fear.
Okay. You look around you, looking for cracks. There are a number of surface cracks. And then with fear, I'm going to take another token. The ground beneath the three of you gives way. And all three of you begin sliding down this tunnel as you just hear Wink shout from the top where they are seemingly unharmed, untouched, unfazed.
Go well, dear travellers! Fated 3, You will all...
And it just disappears as you...
As we're sliding, can I grab both of them, both Tiki and Farnath, and stick them sort of like under my arms? If there's like a fall, I'd like to pivot so I fall and they land on me.
I concur.
I'm going to ask you to make me an agility check then, please.
I can indeed. Agility. Okay.
I'm also going to ask you to mark a stress. Thank you, Dave.
You're welcome.
I need to give myself advantage on that. Oh my god, I rolled an 11 and a 12 with a -1 for 22, but fear was the highest roll though.
Very good. There's this moment then where you see what looks like a sudden drop, and you pull both of your allies sort of together to just protect them from whatever's going on, and you slide out of this tunnel and drop. And as you drop, you clatter against this hard floor. What you notice now, and what you've been noticing as you've been sliding down this weird tunnel, is there are these strange gnarled roots that are almost pure red, and also these strange magenta and sort of pinkish bioluminescent fungi that exist down here. But you catapult out of this tunnel and land, and because you rolled with fear, you are going to take that one. Going to take 6 points of damage, which I believe is your minor threshold. You would mark 1 hit point.
So, in order to go into my major threshold, where I would mark 2 hit points, I would need to go above 10, wouldn't I?
Yes. So your thresholds are 10 and 19. So anything under 10, you mark 1 HP. Anything between 10 and 19, you mark 2 HP. Anything above 19, you mark 3 HP. Of course, you can use an armor slot at any time to negate that if you wish.
I think it's a one-shot. I will take the 1 damage.
Very good. You land.
Oh, twigs! Your stick hit me in the twig.
As long as your berries are all right, dear boy. Oh, thank you for catching us, by the way.
Yeah, I almost
That's
like
fine.
surfed you down. You were holding on to Farnath, and I was almost surfing you down.
He stands up, cracks his back,
of me.
and then turns around and goes, "Where the bloody hell are we?"
We're under the tree. We did it. Or not on purpose, but
Brilliant. Well,
I think we're where we're supposed to be.
Wonderful. Let's go.
Can I hear the tree still talking to me? Get a sense of where to go? No. I've lost connection.
If you want a sense of where to go, though, make me an instinct check.
Oh. So that is a 21, and fear just won out. I got a 10 on one, 9 on the other. No, sorry. Hope just won out. 10 on one, 9 on the other. But I've got no more hope to gain. I've already got 6 out of 6. I need to start spending them.
Indeed. Indeed. So you don't feel the voice, or don't hear the voice of the tree, but you see a tunnel ahead of you. Dark. This cavern that you're in, illuminated by the roots and the fungi. And it's almost that scene in every movie that shows a tunnel where you get that almost tilt-shift effect, where the camera zooms in but actually is on a rail going backwards, and it almost draws you into the hole itself. You get a distinct impression that that is where you need to head.
Right. And I'm sort of like touching the vines, touching the floor, almost trying to make it look more impressive than it is. And I don't know why, but I feel like we need to go this way. Something's calling me.
Right.
We'll follow you. I'm helping Odrin get up at the moment, and I'm really not being very helpful at all.
I can get myself. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Right. Usual tactic. I go in front. You two stay behind.
I agree.
That was good. Tower shield out. Axe out. Begin walking forward.
You're doing
You
great,
begin walking
Odrin.
forward
Doing wonderful.
towards this dark tunnel, and the moment you step past the entrance, you realise all of the light was in the room behind you.
Oh,
It's a bit dark in here.
I put my axe away and I pull my torch out because I have a torch in my inventory.
Very good.
And I can do the same. Yeah.
Excellent. So you light your torch, and again, so this is an important part of Daggerheart as well. In order to use your torch, you do have to put an item away unless you have sort of offhand and main hand sort of mechanics.
I would probably do it then instead of Odrin. I'd hold the torch, if that helps.
Are you going to move in front then?
I'm going to...
do you want me to tie the torch to my stick?
stand to...
Sorry, no, it's not a stick, it's a staff. Sorry. So used to being called Stick Boy.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I'll help attach it to your staff, and then you can like hold it over Odrin's head.
I can then
How
hold
about
it
that?
like over
Yeah,
Odrin's head, so then it's like a lantern in
Make
front
sure
of
not
him.
to catch any vines that are in the wall.
I'm going to make
I wanna
this a
burn the
roll.
tree.
Do you know what? What I want is a finesse roll from Farneth and a knowledge roll from Tiki to know where precisely in your staff is going to be best, and Farneth to actually attach it properly.
Yeah, and to make sure it doesn't fall off and burn stuff, can I invoke my Mother Earth Protector experience and spend a hope?
You can.
Okay, so I rolled
Come on!
13 on finesse with hope.
Okay.
Double fours on the dice.
Critical success.
Hey!
Which would have been what? Knowledge would have been +0, but +2. So it would have been a 10 altogether with my experience.
Critical success. So that hope you've just spent you now regain. And you can clear a stress if you have a stress. However, you both
I have a
managed to
stress, but my
attach
character
this
doesn't.
both securely and safely to the point where Tiki, you can now wield this staff without burning anything in the area but providing light. But I'm also now assuming that you are either holding this out like a carrot on a stick in front of Odrin, or you are taking the lead.
I'm holding it out like a carrot in front of a donkey. Yeah. I'm holding it over his head so he can see where we're going, but also still have all of his appendages to protect me.
As I'm tying it on
Very
and talking
good.
to Tiki, I'm like, let's not have a repeat of the caverns of Delnor. So let's make sure we do this properly this time.
We do not speak of the fire of 22.
Okay.
We've learned from our mistakes.
All right, all right.
My hair is only just growing back from
it
that.
wasn't anyone's fault.
Look, he's still got one eyebrow.
I wasn't
wanna
going to
talk
mention
about
it
it.
to him. I didn't
It's
want to.
almost growing back.
It's fine.
Yes, it's almost gone all the way across.
Right, that's what happens when it gets burnt off too many times, is you start getting hair in other places.
Oh, that
Anyway,
explains
you've
your
got a
ass.
fire
Right,
stick.
okay.
Which is why I'm donkey.
Brilliant. Very good. You continue down this long, winding tunnel. Now, you saw the expanse of the tree itself, but you feel like you're going deeper and deeper, and this tunnel begins to wind around. And then as you approach Odrin, something begins to glow in front of you. And as it expands out, you realise this is another fungus of sorts. Bright green. And as it opens out, spores in front of you.
Wink, you said you
I
weren't
would
going to do
like
that.
you to make me Oh, what would I use for this? Technically,
Agility?
yeah. There isn't such thing as sort of content. Do you know what? Make me an evasion check.
Evasion. Ooh, which one? Would that be agility? Oh no, evasion is that button there.
Yeah.
Why is it not letting me roll anything?
No, because that won't do that. Ignore me. That's not going to work. Just
Okay.
trying to play hard and fast with the rules here. So, yes, make me an agility check, please.
I'm doing all of the things that I shouldn't be doing. Oh my god, I rolled a 12 and a 9 for a 20. That's with the -1. And I rolled hope.
Wow.
Hope. Very good. As this fungus then puffs out these spores, you stop, almost shove everybody back, and hold your breath. And the spores just sort of dance around, providing these pinpricks of bright green light that then settle on the ground. And as they settle on the ground, it's almost like they find that network of fungi underground, and all the nodules that come out. Like, if anybody's seen a mushroom and all of the other bits that go underneath, I forget what they call them. Because you've rolled with hope, as those little green flecks land, it's like these veins of green just begin to shine out a route in front of you, and you notice in front of you the path splits in two. These veins go down the left route. Or the left cavern, I should say.
Do I also mark a hope as well for rolling hope?
You would add hope because you rolled a critical success. No, sorry, you didn't roll a critical success. You just rolled with hope. Or did you?
I rolled with hope.
You rolled with hope. So yeah, you gain a hope.
It looks like if we're wanting to follow these veins, we need to go down the left path. And then I turn to the others with a really like shit-eating grin on my face. That wasn't a very fun guy. And I carry on walking.
I'm tempted to feel the stress.
I think Farnath is
Dad
literally
jokes.
just
He's leaning
stunned.
into it.
Yeah, just absolutely stunned, like. God.
See, nature-based jokes make me like you even more, Odrin, I have to say, even though they're fucking terrible.
Hey, keeps everybody entertained.
Yes, Farnath. Entertainment notes from Odrin.
You could learn a thing or two.
I can't believe I'm getting schooled by these two.
Very
Go down the left path.
good.
Yeah.
As you head down the left path, then, not necessarily needing the torch as much now with this subtle glow. Up to you whether you keep it out or not. You head further and further down, and you all begin to hear these sounds of something writhing, something moving. And there's also this weird golden glow that just subtly begins to appear somewhere down this path ahead of you. And as that golden glow begins to shine brighter and brighter, we're going to take a short break.
Hey. I'm
There we
loving
go.
it.
What a first half. I am, yes, absolutely loving it. Well done for leading into all the RP. I think Daggerheart brings the best out in everyone. Very good. And yes, thank you for joining us in chat if you've joined us. What a lot of fun. We're going to be back in a few minutes, and we're going to see what else the Hollow Hearts has in store. So stick around. Be back.
Hello.
Heyo. And then we
Hello.
are back for part 2 of our little Daggerheart adventure tonight. So, to recap the first half, if anybody's joined us late on, we had started our adventure in this quaint little town or village of Crimson Hollow, where a harvest festival is being held. And for some bizarre reason, as you entered into the village on sort of late in the afternoon, early evening, the whole village, the whole town has proclaimed you heroes, champions, the three. You have come to understand that there is a prophecy whether it's accurate or not in this village or town, we'll call it a town from now on, no one really knows. Wink Wobblepot, the so-called oracle of the town, has taken you to the Hollowheart tree, this massive, massive tree. Think sort of ancient redwood and beyond, where Tiki has communed with the tree, and in doing so has caused some environmental coincidences, whatever you want to call it, to the point where the leaves began to rain down and the earth began to tremble. Surface cracks begin to appear, and then as you ask the question, does anything appear like a crevice or an entrance, all of you cascade down this tunnel. You have been exploring these underground caverns now, seeing bioluminescent fungi that sometimes light the room, sometimes release spores. Seeing these red roots that hang like vines in the caverns as well. You have also now seen this golden glow ahead of you, still distant, but ahead of you. In seeing that, Odrin, what are you doing?
I see a golden light in front of us. Are we ready to continue?
That's got to be where we need to go.
Can we just not... Do we nonchalantly walk towards the golden light?
Hey, would you like to go back?
Well, to be fair, we've nonchalantly fell down underneath a tree, so we might as well means as we go on. Yeah, as we were.
I mean,
it could be a party.
I'm the person that yeah, and I'm just the person that you stand behind. If any of you two have any artsy-fartsy tricks that you want to do to sort of try and work out if there's any danger ahead, go ahead.
Ooh.
Fine, if you're good at the artsy-fartsy.
Yes. So, let's see if this helps us at all. Odrin, you have always been our saviour, our shield, and our battering ram. You have been just amazing with all of us. Tiki, you know if we ever get into trouble, you know what to do. You're going to do a fabulous, fabulous job. And we are going to be heroes of this town. How amazing is that going to be? I'm going to use my rally feature.
Very good.
So, give myself and each of our allies a D6 rally die. So grab a D6. Anyone with a rally die can spend it to roll it, adding the results to any action, reaction, or damage roll, or clear a stress equal to the rally die result.
That's,
so
clearing all stress equal. So if you had 4 stress and you rolled your D6 and rolled 5, you could literally clear yourself of stress.
Yeah. So that you just have that for the next until we rest, basically, or the end of the session.
Excellent stuff. One might call that some bardic inspiration.
Almost.
There's another one I've got, I think, that might or might not be something there.
Yeah, indeed.
Yes.
Excellent stuff. Anybody else wish to do anything then?
I was tempted with the beast form, but none of them seemed relevant to the situation currently.
I mean, so the thing with this game is you can still skin and flavour those beast forms however you see fit.
Okay. Alright then. In that case,
so you can still use the basic, but it doesn't have to be. So I see on your sheet, for example, you pick Pack Predator right now. That you can skin that however you wish. Essentially, it doesn't have to be a coyote or a hyena or a wolf. If you've got an animal that fits that Pack Predator type feeling, skin it. Go for it.
And to transform into a beast form, I have to mark a stress, don't I?
You do indeed.
Yes. So what I will do, you'll kind of see, you know, on the I can't remember if it was Evolution movies with Kate Beckinsale. When the werewolf turns, they tear off the skin that they've got. To
Underworld.
Thank you, Underworld. Underworld Evolution is what I was thinking, wasn't it? So yeah, and they tear it off.
That's a good film.
And that's what I've got underneath. So you'll kind of see me. It's not as visceral and as aggressive as that. It's almost like a casual undressing, as I just almost unzip myself and just start peeling my similar self off. And underneath, I am a coyote because I'm a terracotta monkey. A coyote is more of a similar colour to me, so I will become a coyote and I'll almost stalk next to Odrin, thinking that my heightened sense of smell and added strength that being a coyote gives me will help in a protective role for the group as well.
Cool.
I am going to allow you then to make me an instinct roll with advantage.
Oh. Right. So, I got 13 altogether, but the fear was the higher roll on the D12.
Matt's been waiting for those fear dice.
I have been waiting for my fear tokens, so there we go. So you succeed, but with fear.
Yes.
And I imagine in this moment, fear very realistically is coursing through you. Your hackles are up. The coyote fur stands on end as well. As your coyote nostrils sniff, it's almost like the smell of ozone, that smell you get in the air before a storm. There is power down here. You're not sure whether that power means you harm or good, but it is from the direction you are heading towards.
And Odrin's used to me doing this sort of thing for him, so he, you know, like how somebody goes shooting, has their gun dog with them. It's almost like a natural step for him to have his hand rested on me, and I'll gingerly move forward so he knows it's almost safe to, not safe, but we're proceeding with caution.
Does your stick transform, or your staff? Does that transform with you? Does it like D&D Druids where it gets? Okay, I was going to ask if I could pinch your stick. Can I pinch your stick before you transform?
It's a staff, but yes, you can.
Thank you for your twig. And
why am I friends with
you? While you're doing the sniffing, I'm going to untie the torch from it, and I'm going to give the torch to Farneth. And then I'd like to spend a hope, because I was looking at what I've got. I'd like to hope, and I'd like to use my Wonderborn Community ability, which is Nomadic Pact. Sorry. So once per session, I can spend a hope to reach into the pack and pull out a mundane item that's useful to your situation. Work with your GM to figure out what item you take out, and I want to take out a mirror.
Okay.
And I want to tie the mirror to the end of Tiki's staff and have that out in front, so if we come to any corners, I can see round the corner.
I like it a lot. So yes, you find this small sort of mirror that you've got. It's got a crack down it because you're a wandering orc, and every now and again you drop your pack for various reasons. But you do manage to attach it to the end of this staff, and essentially what you've got now is almost like this backlight behind you, so you can see ahead of you, but you see your shadow in the way. Tiki stalks next to you in coyote form, and you hold this mirror out, just sort of looking, using that backlight, occasionally catching a full reflection and getting a glare in your face, but now holding it ahead of you. But that golden glow just begins to get brighter and brighter and brighter. Is there anything else anybody wishes to do at all?
No.
Very good. There comes a moment where this cave, this tunnel, takes a drastic right turn.
Sorry,
You
can
hold.
can I form a mental communication? I have telepathy with Tiki, so that I can actually speak to Tiki in coyote form.
Nice. Do you have to spend anything for that, or does that just happen?
You may open a line of mental communication with one target you can see. This connection lasts until you use this spell to connect with another creature, and it doesn't say anything else.
No, it does not. That is from your Book of Iliad. Very good. What does this look like when you do this then, Farnath?
Farnath is, we haven't spoken about this, but he is more of an ice dragon. So we have discussed the way he looks. It makes sense that he would be that as well. So I think he just breathes on his hands, and as he does that, he then rubs them together, and you see like runes appear in his hands, and then he then brushes them off towards Tiki, and they kind of land on him and then dissipate. And he then goes, Tiki, if you smell anything, let me know.
And you'll hear like, I can't make out what it is, but I don't sense it's bad. I
know
don't
you don't
think
have
it.
to whisper when it's in your head.
Shut up. It just feels appropriate. All right.
Okay, fine. Absolutely.
Okay.
No, you're doing great.
It's not quite bad. I don't think it's good. It's hard to tell. I don't know if it means there's any harm. I think we just need to check it out.
Then let's go. Odrin, what do you see?
Yep.
Anything?
I see the stick and my mirror, and I'm looking at my mirror. Point the torch just that way a little bit.
As you look at the mirror and the torchlight sort of shines in off, you also get that golden glow where this cavern now takes a right turn, and you see, where this tunnel takes an immediate right turn, you see it opens out into this relatively large subterranean cavern. Bright red roots hanging down, and they seem to pulse and hum and glow. And in the centre of this cavern, almost growing out of these red roots, a golden egg-shaped-like orb with these strange tendrils coming out of the top of it as well. And that itself seems to pulse.
Right.
As it when you say tendrils. Sorry.
There you go.
I was just going to say, with the tendrils, are they like natural, like vines, or are they like magical tendrils?
They look like vines, like maybe, vines is probably an appropriate term.
Okay.
Right. I can see a large cavern with lots of red vines and a big golden egg thing, which seems to be where the light is coming from. That also seems to have tentacle-y tendril things coming out of it in the centre of the room.
I'll try to talk and realise that I just go, and I'm like, fuck, shit. So then I have to talk to Farnath in my head to go,
What are you saying?
Does he mean...
What is it, boy? What is it?
You've fallen
Timmy's fell down the well and he's broke his arm. No, I'm essentially Lassie. No. Does he mean a real egg? Or like a metaphorical egg, like an orb?
I think more of egg-shaped. I think.
Right.
Is more of what it is. Should we go and have a look? We have no idea what we're here for, but that sounds exactly what we're here for.
Whatever that is, I suppose.
Let's go.
I'll
Audrey, let's
creep
go. Let's
forward.
go and have a look.
I'll creep forward to peek my head round the corner.
Okay. As you peek your head round the corner and your naked coyote eyes meet this orb for the first time, I would like you to make me a knowledge check, please.
Oh, you bastard. I got an 18, but the fear die was a 12. So fear is higher for sure.
As your eyes meet this orb, then you are a natural-born individual, a wild-born. You have seen many things in nature. You have heard of rare things in nature. And as you look upon this golden orb, you realize this is potentially one of the most potent magical artifacts, items, growths, things that exist in the world of Foria. This is a world seed. And as you look upon that, vines or roots begin to descend down. And as they descend down, they drop. 3 shapes begin to form. A Dracona individual forms. Glowing red with red robes flowing around them. An orc with this strange bark-like plate armor and a tall wooden shield forms. And finally, a simiar-like individual wrapped in leaves. And you also notice a bunch of these vines that loop out. And as they loop out, as I quickly change Notes app,
am I really that ugly?
Bramble. As you look upon all this, and this happens because you've rolled with fear, a bramble vine lashes out towards you. And in fact, not just one. Yes, one is going to lash out towards you, and it misses because it rolls a 3. Hello, Raiders! You've joined us at the most perfect point. The most perfect point. So thank you, Roll Together. You might notice a familiar face once again. So yes, hello, friends. And thank you for the follow instantly as well. We are amazing. All right, amazing. No, not we are amazing. Amazing for the follow. We are just about to descend into some Daggerheart combat as our adventurers here have descended beneath a tree into the caverns or the subterranean area of the Hollowheart tree and have discovered what I have called a world seed. And now the strange echoes of themselves and a bunch of vines are now sort of looping around this this battlefield. One of these vines, which sort of grows directly next to you, Tiki, lashes out and totally misses you. However, I am then going to spend a fear. And as I spend that fear, the simiar-like individual, your echo, is going to move very quickly up to you and gets within close range of you. It's not within melee range, but within close range. And in fact, no, they are going to get into melee range with you, and they are going to make an attack with this very long staff, but it almost looks like it is paper thin to the point where it's almost bladed. And I don't want to roll the actual fear token. That's not going to do me any good.
Looks like a twig.
No. I rolled a 4 again, so that makes a grand total of 4, which is not going to hit you because your evasion, I believe, is higher than 4. So that will be me. What would you like to do? I will go.
Can I say, because of the fear of seeing this, I'm sort of struck like a rabbit in the headlights almost with the fear. And as the vines come back and he attacks me, I kind of recoil like, and then I'll just drop the beast form out of fear, and I'm back as Tiki, like curled up on the floor a little bit.
Absolutely can. You
Give me my
absolutely
stick.
can.
Hearing the whelps, I am in there like a shot, and I am in front of Tiki.
Nice. Well, so initiative doesn't really exist in this world. You can now make any actions you wish. When you roll a fear, however, I get control. Or I can spend a fear at any point to take control. So, just to set the scene, there is this massive cavern. 2 of these echoes stand by the world seed, which is in the centre, which is at sort of not. I want ranges. I'm trying to remember all of my ranges now.
I was going to say, so it's very close. What we would consider in melee.
So you've got melee or very close. You've got close. I think you've then got far and very far. But for the life of me, I'm looking on my DM screen right now and trying to find it.
I think it's
so
very close, short, far, very far. I think there's 4 in total.
No, that's fine. You know what? We'll go with it. But essentially, yeah, you've got the anything in the center of the room. I'm going to class as far.
Okay.
You've also got these 12 tangle-like vines that are dotted around the room. Some of them are in melee range, some of them are close, some of them are far, some are not very far because they're not that distance. So anything is sort of the maximum distance we've got in here is far. So yes, knock yourselves out. Let's go. What do we want to do?
So I've just recoiled, gone back into druid form. I've gone back into my normal form and dropped the beast form, which is probably a bad decision, but I've acted in fear. I was actually probably stronger in my beast form, but fear's made me act stupidly. I've asked for my stick back, and then Odrin's burst in, gave him my stick, and now he's in front of me. So I would say I've took my action for now as I recoil.
Sorry, I would need to get into. I need to move to get into. Oh crikey! What was that? Just literally just said. Close range. Yes.
Yes.
So that's 10 to 30 feet.
Okay. Then I would probably let Odrin go first because it sounds like he's probably got a good idea.
Not much of a good idea. It's just going to be run in, stand in front of Tiki. Tiki? No, Tweaks. Sorry. You said that you didn't sense anything evil. So do you sense evil now?
I'm scared now.
My vote is attack. My vote
they did
is
just
attack.
try to attack me. Yeah. I think it's fight or flight time.
It could be attack because it is trying to defend. It might not be evil. We could be killing something that we shouldn't be. We could be harming nature.
It has attacked us.
That's
because
fine,
we've walked into its home.
He has a point. He has a point. I've acted rashly. Oh my god. See, this is why we're friends, Odrin. You bring me back to myself. Should I try and commune with the seed?
Can you do it from distance? Because I don't think they're going to let you get close.
As I as I use nature's tongue by shouting at the seed.
It doesn't have a distance on it, so yes, you may roll. However, I'm going to give you disadvantage on this.
Fuck me. 5, 6. I got 5 altogether, and fear was the highest. Nice.
As you then shout, can you hear me?
No, even adding the +1 for being in a natural environment, if I spend a hope, won't make any difference, will it? Making it a 6.
No. So as you shout that out, then the world seed pulses, and again that individual that looks like a simian sort of tries to dart around Odrin, realizes that not going to be able to really get past, so they are going to attack Odrin. Oh, that's much better. There we go. Where's my other app? So that is going to be An 18 to hit.
Is that against my evasion?
That's against your evasion.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are going to take 8 points of physical damage. In fact, ignore me. 4 points of physical damage.
I think at this point I would like to spend an armor slot to reduce that by 6. So I take none.
Okay. You take no damage. As this staff and you sort of hear the scrape, and it almost sounds like metal on metal as it hits your plate armor and sort of glances off. I'm going to spend another fear at this point then, and at the back where this Dracona individual is, I'm going to mark a stress on them, and in a voice that is remarkably like Farneth's.
Oh, Odrin. Always at the front. Never in safety. Such a precious little thing. Always willing to impress. Always trying to save. But down here you know not what you meddle with.
How would you like you to make a presence reaction roll, please? So you roll your duality dice. It doesn't matter whether hope or fear roll higher. You just need to make a certain score.
And I can add the d6 to this that I received from Farneth before, can't I?
Yes.
Yeah. Which I'm going to do. Ooh, I rolled a 6 on that dice. So I rolled a 19 in total with hope being the highest. So would I still gain a hope from that?
No. You don't gain a hope because it's a reaction roll, but you do succeed against this sort of effect, and you feel these waves of energy washing over you as this echo of Farneth just sort of looks and cocks its head. As you succeed. I'm going to spend another fear. And Odrin, your echo takes out. You say you're carrying an axe, yeah?
An axe, yeah. It's called a hallowed axe.
An axe. Hallowed axe. So something that looks remarkably similar to your hallowed axe and a big wooden tower shield. They are going to rush towards you, essentially. And they are going to try and attack you. For a grand total of 8.
Yep, it's going to hit.
That's going to hit? What's your evasion?
Yep. My evasion is 6.
Oh wow!
I have -1.
Okay, this is a bit of a trade-off then. Excellent. What do I need there then? That is going to be 1d6. Okay, you're going to take 4 points of physical damage.
I will spend another armor slot to reduce that to 0.
Excellent stuff. So again, this sword, this axe, sorry, clatters across and off your armor.
Okie dokie.
Background to you. What do you want to do?
At this point, Farneth taking in the scene, seeing his duplicate try something, but also the one of Odrin, and seeing that there were some formidable hits coming in from the duplicate of Odrin. He scampers up behind Odrin, goes round to the duplicate, and gets up to very close. Presumably, no. What I'm going to say is,
are you getting within melee range or very close? Sorry,
very melee close. Is the closest, isn't it?
Basically, what I'm trying to do here says against a very close target, so I'm getting very close. I'm going to get very close. I'm literally going to get to touching and almost, I know that Odrin's very tall, but probably would just be like, just leap up, grab the shoulder, grab the forehead, and would say, by moonlight breath and by shadow deep, I bind you now to dreamless sleep. And casts slumber on him. So, so that is going to be... okay, so how do I do this? It's a spellcast roll. It says +2. So it's... just duality dice?
So your spellcasting ability is present, so yes, you need to roll a presence dice, add 2 to your roll.
A presence dice is what, sorry?
2d12 still.
2d12s. It is the 2d12s. Yep.
So, yes, your duality dice, yeah.
Yeah. So...
Good time for a double here, Dave.
Yeah, it didn't quite work. It was... So... 15 with fear.
Okay,
So I don't know whether
15 with fear against a difficulty of 12. Basically, to hit me, you have to meet or exceed my difficulty. So meets it, beats it as well, which you do.
Okay. So yes, beat it with but with fear. On a success,
With fear.
The target creature falls into a deep sleep until they take damage, or the GM spends fear to awaken them.
Excellent stuff. And that was the Echo of Odrin, yes?
That's the Echo of Odrin. So Odrin's going to slump, and I'll be like, I just thought we wouldn't want to fight this one just right now, so concentrate on the other ones, fellas.
Are there any two
However-
that are close to each other? The bad guys.
So the Echo Druid, I'm now going to call it, and the Echo Guardian are both next to each other. However, because Farnath rolled with fear, I am now going to have these brambles which are around you. I'm going to have 3 of them lash out, 1 to each of you. So I'm going to roll a single attack. I'm going to do a group attack on that. I'm going to spend a fear to do that. That is a natural 20, which means I roll a critical, which I have to double check.
Sorry, when you or an ally close to you makes it... no, it's a presence roll. Oh, never mind. Oh, that was a presence roll. No, it wasn't a presence roll for me.
So you rolled a 20?
I rolled a natural 20.
Nice.
Whenever you roll a 20 on the d20, your roll automatically succeeds. I deal extra damage. Start with the highest possible value the damage dice can roll, and then make a damage roll as usual. Excellent stuff. So each of you is going to take...
This does not sound good.
2 damage, and then an additional 2 damage, because this is a flat damage. I don't even have to roll for this. So you're going to take 4 points of damage each.
What I would like to do is, seeing that Tiki is on the floor, sort of curled up and scared, I would like to use my I Am Your Shield ability. So when an ally within close range would take damage, you can mark a stress to stand in the way and make yourself the target of the attack. Instead, when you take damage from this attack, you can mark any number of armor slots.
Okay, so you're going to take 8 points of damage instead of the 4.
I will mark
Tiki,
2
you would take
armor
0.
slots to take no damage.
Very good. Farnath, you will still take 4 unless you wish to use an armor slot to... I don't know what that is in terms of your...
So I got 3 armor, so
So
I'd
take-
still take it. So it'd take me 2 armor slots to take it down. I'll do it. I'll do
You're
that.
just going to mark...
I'll mark 2 armor slots and leave it leave my HP. Yeah.
Can you do that? Let me just double check.
If not, then there's
I
no
think
point
this
in
is the bit
using
we were
it.
trying to check.
Yeah.
I can do it as a guardian because I've got special abilities that allow me to mark more than 1 on attacks.
Right, so maybe I can't then. There's
Otherwise
no
it'd be
point
one
me
for you
using
then,
armor
Dave,
slot.
wouldn't it? Yeah.
Well, there's no point because I can't get it to naught, so I'd still take that HP point.
Yes, you might as well keep the armor slot.
So you might as well
Yeah.
keep the armor slot and just take the
So
damage.
I'm just going to take the damage. I'm just going to take the damage.
Yeah.
Let's just say that, Matt.
Can I
I
then
think that's one of the
stay
reasons they changed that as well.
Yeah.
emboldened by Odrin standing in front of me and taking the brunt of those vines for me, I will then put my staff into the ground to heave myself up, and I'll be like, "Two can play that game, Flower," and I will spellcast Vicious Entangle. But what I'm wanting to do with the 2 characters next to each other, I roll to restrain one of them and damage them, and then if I succeed on that, I can spend a hope to restrain somebody that's in very close range to those as well.
You can,
can
but I'd like to
hopefully
finish my
entangle.
turn.
Oh, fuck off then. Go on.
So,
undo everything I
sorry,
was planning to
Farnath.
do. Go on.
No, Farnath, because you have taken damage.
Yes.
And there are definitely 3 of these tangle brambles, I will call. they become this... is that right? Sorry, reading. Yes, sorry, they are going to become a horde of tangled brambles. So you instantly, as they hit, or as one hits you, all of these brambles sort of bind together into a single entity. And yes, you now have a horde to deal with as well above you. This is where Daggerheart has a great system of minions becoming hordes and doing all sorts of things and actually being quite formidable if you're not careful. That will be the end of my roll, so sorry, Tiki, carry on.
No, that was me. I was premature, as usual. So I will look at the Echo Druid and the Echo Guardian, and I will almost counteract their brambles with... So there's red.
Mm-hmm.
These will be like a vibrant green jungle-type vine that comes out of nowhere, and just... I'll try and restrain the Guardian first, because he's the biggest.
Okay.
With...
Which is sleeping.
Oh, hang on. But they're still next to each other, right?
They're still next to each other. So the Echo Druid and the Echo Guardian are next to each other.
But
okay, I'll try and restrain.
It's just whether this deals damage.
Yeah.
And then as a bonus, I'll restrain the other one who's not asleep, because then I won't damage him and he'll stay asleep. When he wakes up, he's fucked.
Okay,
right.
Make a spellcasting roll, please.
Yes! That is a 18 altogether, and Hope was the winner there.
There you go, so take a hope and you win, and the narrative is still yours. So yes, you manage to restrain this druid in front of you. Looks remarkably like you. They also take how much damage?
Oh, fuck. Only 3 physical damage.
3.
But then I'll spend a hope to temporarily restrain any enemies very close to your target as well.
Excellent stuff. So, they are both restrained. One is also sleeping, so it just gets wrapped up in these green vines as well. Now, restrained. So, when you gain the restrained condition, no, they can't move until the condition is cleared, but they can still take actions from their current position if they wish. So, essentially, they cannot move.
It's not the restraint that I thought, where they'll be proper incapacitated. They can still do shit. But, you know, every little helps.
Are you friendly? If not, I'm going to make myself unstoppable, because I've just read this ability that I have a Guardian, and oh my god. So, or by the gods, or whatever there is in this world. So, Unstoppable is a Guardian feature. Once per long rest, you can become unstoppable. You gain an unstoppable dice at level 1. At this level, it's a D4, and I place that on my character sheet with the 1 pointed up. Any time I would roll a damage dice of 1 and deal 1 or more damage, I tick that up by another 1 until I get to the max. When I get to the max, I get rid of it and I come out of Unstoppable. When I get to level 5, it becomes a D6. While Unstoppable, you gain the following benefits. You reduce the severity of physical damage by 1 threshold. Severe to major, major to minor, minor to none. So I don't have to spend armor slots. You add your current value on your Unstoppable die to your damage roll, so at the minute it will be 1.
Amazing.
And I can't be restrained or made vulnerable.
Oh, good lord.
That's like Berserker Barbarian type shit, isn't it?
Yeah, so I've got a 1 there for the minute.
Oh.
There we go.
Odrin came to play.
So Odrin just sort of... Odrin becomes unstoppable then. How does this look when Odrin does this then? But I know he's asked the question, and you see sort of... you probably still see this Echo Bard in the back with just hand outstretched. They've tried to fuck with your mind once, so you know these things are probably not friendly right now.
It's almost like he's not magical in any sort of way, but it's like the very stamina that is within his body begins to exude outwards, and it's like a yellow aura that goes around. Not quite like a Super Saiyan or something like that. It's just like a faint line that goes around him. And it's like his art. It looks like, it hasn't actually happened, but it looks like his armor has like Transformer style locked into place, and there seems to be more armor plate in there.
Nice. Excellent stuff. Crack on.
Seeing him go
Next.
Super Saiyan, can I then follow suit? And can I mark a stress to embody the elemental spirit of fire?
100%.
So what that means is, when an enemy in melee range deals damage to me, they take 1d10 magical damage in return.
Wow. Okay, what does this look like for Tiki then?
So, not flame on Human Torch style, but it'll be more just there's flames in his eyes, and he's kind of got the aura. You know how when a candle flickers in pitch black, I've kind of got, or a fire burns in pitch black, and you see I've kind of got that coming off me. So there's like embers.
The heat haze.
Yeah, the heat haze coming off me, but I'm not a physical on fire thing.
Nice.
Excellent stuff. Farneth.
You said that I've got this group around me of vines?
Yeah, you've got this weird... Where there was one bramble, it's like they've now formed into these 3 lashing out tendrils that seem to just whip around. Imagine the, whatever you want to call it, tentacles on the aliens from Independence Day as they whip around, you know, when Will Smith punches in the head. It's having that effect right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. This would be in close range?
Absolutely in close range. In fact, it's very close, if not in melee range.
I mean, it's saying an enemy. Can I consider this an enemy? Again.
Oh, yeah, it's 100% an enemy.
Okay, cool. So this is going to be Arcane Barrage. I use my action to spend any number of hope to shoot magical projectiles that automatically strike an enemy within close range. So I'm going to use 3 hope. And therefore will roll an amount of d6 equal to the hope that I spend, which is 3d6. This is very similar to again before the starting physical magic that he uses. It comes from his ice breath, so he breathes out and then gets hold of these like ice daggers, and then imbues them with runes and just flings them out at these tendrils. So it says automatically strikes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
This is Magic Missile, isn't it?
Basically Magic Missile. So that is 2, 4, 9 points of damage, and this is magic damage.
Excellent.
You don't mean that. You're like, shit.
This is fun.
I like it.
It is
So, yeah.
fun. I'm
There
enjoying
we go.
this. Very good. That is, yeah. So they take some damage. Take a significant amount of damage
Don't
as
want you anywhere near me.
these ice-like daggers. You said, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You sort of take a number of the tips off of these writhing vines. Just the tip. You give them a frosty circumcision. They are still writhing around. But yeah, there was a decent amount of damage there.
Cool.
I want to make a play for the World Seed.
Okay, describe to me what that means.
I want to do, you know, when you see a monkey proper running through the jungle and he's going for it. So I'll beat on my chest and I'll make a play for it. And what I want to do is land on it. How I connect it to the tree to talk to it, I want to literally be arms and legs wrapped around it, to connect to it, to talk to it, to convince it to leave that we're on the same side.
Okay, make me an agility roll first, please.
I beat my chest too hard and I hurt myself.
Can I give a hope to Tiki, please, to let them get a +1 to that?
Roll with advantage. You get a plus
As you go to sort of begin, as you're on your way, I just slip my shield underneath and give you a little shove boost to get you started.
Well, I have got. So actually, then I will, as you go like that with a shield, I'll land on it, and you'll launch off, and then I'll use my monkey legs to launch myself off as well, and then start running on my knuckles like a madman. And I got 20, and I definitely succeeded with hope. So I got a 10 on the hope.
Would you like to also, just for shits and giggles, use your hope to use your experience of Untouchable?
Yes, Matthew, that is a great shout. I'm glad I thought of it. So I got 22 then altogether. So I am like
22 with hope.
like when Pikachu uses.
I'm actually. There's a moment where you spring off, and as you spring off, you sort of twist in the air as a number of these vines go to lash out. It's slow motion. A number of these vines go to lash out towards you, and you catapult through there. You land on the floor, and then you have your Pikachu agility moment where you're ducking and dodging all of these vines, and then you get to the world seed and almost just jump and hug it. I'm going to come to Farnath and Odrin if there's anything else they wish to do in this moment.
Twiggy used quick attack. I think that's something I do. I think that's something I do say when I do it. But I would very much like to actually. I want to hit the fake me.
Okay, very good. Roll to hit,
I'm
please.
gonna...
You will get advantage on this because they are sleeping.
Is that with an additional d6?
Yes, with an additional d6. You roll your duality die and you add d6. So when with advantage, you roll your d6 and you add the d6. With disadvantage, you subtract the d6.
Amazing. Okay, so I'm gonna, instead of doing my basic attack, I'm gonna do a forceful push. So make an attack with your primary weapon against a target within melee range. On a success, you deal damage and knock them back to close range. On a success with hope, add a d6 to your damage roll. Additionally, you can spend hope to make them temporarily vulnerable.
Okay.
You weren't joking that you were the fucking tank. This is some next level shit. This is level 1, people.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
With advantage, I can do that.
When I say Daggerheart is geared up for the players, Daggerheart is geared up for the players. Did you just crit?
I rolled 2 12s.
Wow.
Shit.
And a 1 on the d6 for a 27.
Critical success. So with your damage, you roll the maximum amount of damage you could possibly roll, and then you roll again as if you were dealing normal damage.
So I roll.
So automatically maximum damage, and then you roll anyway.
Yes, and you add them together.
Whoa. Right. So my. Do I maximise all dice?
So you don't have to roll. You basically. You're adding stuff as well.
Yeah, because I've got. Because I get.
Do you know what?
Because I rolled with.
Yeah.
Why not?
Because I rolled with hope, I get the additional d6 on the force push. So that's 16. So that's 6 damage.
Plus then the damage you need to roll.
Plus this
plus the d6 as well.
2. Oh, so yeah, so and then I roll the dice as well, yeah?
Thank you for the follow.
Thank you for the follow.
So I maximise dice, then roll.
So yeah, you maximise all dice. So whatever your so that d6 is a definite 6, plus whatever your damage would be maximised. Then you roll that damage it would have been anyway, and then roll the d6 as well, and add that on top.
Bloody hell. Right, so that's 16 before rolling anything.
Yep.
Plus another 6. Plus another 8. So that is 24 damage.
Come on.
I am going to say, based on that, you knock this creature out of existence. Like, there is no way... Like, technically, that would have been severe damage on the first set of damage. On the 16. The fact that you've done 24 points of damage, you shove this and you watch as this Echo Guardian, asleep, as your shield hits, wakes up, and the vines that Tiki had around them snap, and this creature just gets flung and hits the far cavern wall, but rather than impacting, they go through and leave a small trench in the wall, and they don't return. There's nothing left.
There's only one Odrin, and that's me. Do I mark hope for the crit as well?
You absolutely take a hope. You can also reduce a stress.
I would definitely do that because I have 2, so I reduce the stress. Thank you.
So you reduce the stress because you rolled a critical.
That's me done. Somebody else go.
I'd say that's fair enough. Farnath, anything you wish to do?
Farnath just turns back to Odrin and go, I have never seen anything so incredible, boy. That was amazing.
You're incredibly wet right now, aren't you?
Oh, really? Very wet.
Yes, I heard your conversation with Mushroom upstairs.
Brilliant. So, rousing speech, I'm going to allow him to clear his other stress.
Ah, very good.
Oh, nice.
I'm completely stress-free,
stuff.
thank you.
I am going to spend a fear.
You don't have to, though, do you?
As Tiki clutches that world seed then, and Echo Odrin destroyed. Totally destroyed.
As I'm trying to tell it we mean it no harm, this thing just goes through
Wendy, I can fly!
Yes.
For anybody that's seen Hot Shots.
Yeah.
Very good. The Bard, the Echo Bard now, Tiki sees you and is going to move, or in fact you are now within range. They are going to turn towards you and they are going to try and attack you. What is your evasion, please?
9.
Misses.
Would it have been okay
You
for me
see
to have done one more thing just to show it off?
Go on.
Yeah, my unique hope feature as a guardian is frontline tank. I can spend 3 hope to clear 2 armor slots, so I'm going to do that. Just as a...
So just brushes off the armour where all the scratches are on and buffs it out. Amazing. So the Bard rushes towards you, Tiki, and goes to stab, but misses. I'm going to spend another fear. And a number
is
of
definitely
these...
helping you, Odrin, in just polishing off, like, you look amazing.
Just...
Let's just get that bit.
You missed a bit.
I'm going to have...
Thank you. Sorry, boy.
3 of these tangle brambles then reach down towards you, Tiki, to try and attack you. That's again going to be a group attack.
All the time I'm going,
And that's going to miss.
we can be friends. It doesn't have to be this way. As I'm fucking dodging and hitting stuff away with my stick.
My rolls are dog shit. Generally dog
Good.
shit. So they miss. As you then clutch on. I would like you to now make me... an instinct roll, but I'd like you to class this as a natural environment as well.
So I can spend a hope to add a +1 if I want to.
Yeah.
Okay. As if I can treat it as a spell cast almost. Oh god. So I got 15, I'll spend a hope. I got a 16, but fear was the winning die.
Amazing stuff. So you are communicating now with the world seed. What are you telling it?
And you, with the fear succeeding, there is a nervousness in my voice because I know what I'm saying is contradicting what's happening, playing out in front of me with people getting yeeted out of existence and getting attacked left, right, and centre. And I'm just like, just please, we don't have to do this. We're here to help. The tree called me down here. We're here for you. What do you need from us?
This is just buffing Odrin. I'd say polishing Odrin's knob, but no. Just buffing Odrin off. Tiki, you clutch the world seed and your eyes close. Your brain, your mind, disappears to the point where you see a vastness of space, time, fate, knowledge, everything extends before you. It is overwhelming. I would like you to take 2 stress, please.
Oh shit!
Damn.
I've got 4 out of 6 stress marked already.
I should have held my rousing speech for you, mate.
As you connect with this thing saying, you mean it no harm, we're trying to help, there is a... You hear it as a voice, but it's not a voice, it's a feeling. Oh. Ooh. Why? I'm going to cut back to combat. I'm going to spend another fear, and I am going to have that bard try and stab you again. Oh, that's better. That is a... Oh, no, it's not. 12 minus 4 for a grand total of 9, which I think beats it with your evasion, doesn't it?
I think it does, yeah.
So
Check.
where's my d4 gone? You are going to take 6 points of physical damage. Go on,
Is
Adrian.
Tiki within very close range to me?
No.
You got melee range, then very close.
So you got melee. I did just pull this up. Sorry. Where are we?
Very
So
close.
far out of range.
Yep.
So they are currently far.
Okay.
So
Beyond 30 feet
you say I
away.
take 4 damage.
You
Which, so
take
my
6
minor-
points of damage.
So my minor damage is 7. So because it's below 7, I only mark 1 HP.
Unless you wish to take an armor slot, and then you can turn it into nothing.
Yes, I'll do that.
Okay, so you do that. So your armor takes the brunt of this dagger that you don't realise has actually gone to stab into you as your mind is elsewhere in this moment. I will spend another fear then to have these tendrils. In this instant, I'm actually going to turn back to the tendril swarm, and I am going to have it attack Farneth.
Okay.
Yeah. Does an 11 meet or beat your threshold?
Beats.
Beats. So you are going to take... You're going to take 7 points of physical damage, and I'd also like you to mark a bramble token, please.
I'd like to use my I am your shield feature again to mark a stress and take that damage for him, and because I'm unstoppable, I reduce that to 0.
Come on.
Okay, so Farneth... In fact, I'm going to switch this. Odrin, you are going to take the bramble token, because technically it's still a successful attack, but it is reduced to nothing. But as these vines then wrap around, you are now restrained.
I can't be restrained.
You can't be
Unstoppable
restrained.
means I can't be
It's
restrained.
unstoppable. As these vines wrap around you, Odrin just flexes. No, don't be. This is a player agency. This is what Daggerheart's about. It's all about you guys in the story.
Because the fact that you saw it coming as I was polishing your armour, you pick up Farneth, spin around, and then grabs hold of you instead, and I'm like, bloody hell, Odrin, thank you for that. And then you just rip
The one
off
time
these...
that I put myself in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There we go.
love that. For all the
Right.
times you talk
We're
for him,
back to
just
you
take a
guys.
punch for him.
Yeah, amazing.
Love
Just before you go, Farneth, can I pick you? The only thing I want to do is pick you up and run towards Tiki so that we are all within very close range of each other, so I can protect both of you. That's all I want to do.
Perfect. It's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to get over that way. I was like, I'm going to go, ooh, and just get picked up by the back of the neck and just carried on. So as we're doing that, then I'd like to pull out my rapier, and I would like to attack the vines around Tiki.
Okay, first thing I'm going to ask, because technically you've just done what I class as a group check.
Okay.
Or a group... Let me just...
a combo trick.
action roll. Yeah. So you've both tried to essentially get together. What I would like to do... So I'm assuming on this, Odrin's taking the lead. I think we already classed that.
Yeah.
So I would like, Odrin, you to make me an agility roll. And Farneth, I would like you to make me an agility reaction roll, please.
Okay.
But I want the reaction roll first.
Reaction roll, 17.
17 succeeds. Odrin, you get a +1 to whatever you roll.
Okay, so I got a 15, but fear was higher.
Fear was higher, so I get the fear. So you do manage to succeed, but you feel these vines whacking behind you, and again I'm going to have a group of them try and attack you because you've rolled with fear. That is going to... So I'll say you will eventually make it to the Whirlsea, but as you're getting to there, That is a 14 to hit.
That will hit.
And I'm going to say 6 of these tangles. 3 to Odrin, 3 to Farneth hit. So you're going to say 6 points of physical damage each.
I am your shield. I am your shield to protect Farneth, and then I will spend an armor because I automatically reduce it down to minor. I will then spend 1 armor slot to reduce it to nothing again.
Amazing stuff. So Farneth, you almost... There's this point where you see these vines go to whip out towards you, and Odrin just lifts his shield above you. And I imagine Odrin says it as well, just, I am your shield. And you catapult across. You get to the world.
Behind you, Doc.
I picture that Farneth is hanging off of my arm, like within the perimeter of the shield.
I think compared to Odrin, Farneth is small.
Like that.
So honestly, he is like behind your arm and behind the shield, and literally just looks like this little pet you have momentarily.
Amazing stuff. As you all get within very close range of the world seed, then you watch as the echoes and the vines freeze. Tiki, I'm going to come to you. What do you want to do?
So, have I gathered then that me telling it we can work something out, we don't have to do it this way, it's not fucking listening?
I would say, do you know what? Make me an instinct roll again, please.
That is an 11. No, sorry, I lied. That's a 9. But fear won out.
So 9 with fear. You get the impression it is pausing for a moment to let you speak. But you don't know whether it is doing so because it trusts you, or doing so because it just wants to hear you out before it consumes you. I would like you to mark another stress, please.
Fuck me, I've only got 1 left. I want to, if I can, I want to try one last time to convince it that I know we're in the heat of battle. We're all attacking each other, but it can stop. I am the protector of nature. I don't want to do this. Apparently I am fated to be here for you today. Just tell me what you need, and we can achieve it together. And I want to add my Mother Earth protector experience, if I may, by spending a hope.
You may make me
and the way
a
I want to use that
roll,
is to
please.
convey, open my soul to it for it to see that I love nature, I protect it. You are nature. I want to work with you to achieve whatever you want to do.
Excellent stuff. Make me a presence roll then, please. I believe that will be a +1 in total, because it's a -1 for your presence, but a +2.
Fucking hell, come on. A 12 and an 11. Oof. So plus me 1, that's a 24, and the hope was the 12.
The hope was the 12. Amazing. In this moment, to Farneth and Odrin, you watch as these vines turn into red blooms that just float down to the floor. The bard and the druid, restrained by the green vines of Tiki, just clump to the floor, and where they fall to the floor, glowing magenta and blue fungi grow. You see now these tiny red shoot-like tendrils growing out of the world seed into Tiki's arm, and when I mean in, I mean they literally have penetrated into the fur and the flesh. This Tiki is connected with this world seed.
Like Avatar style.
Absolutely. Tiki in this
heroes.
in this expanse that you're in, beyond time, beyond space, the world seed.
I must be taken from this place. You are my vessel. The highest points in this world. That is where I must be taken. That is where it must be done.
Where what must be done? We'll do when I get you there.
All will reveal. I am dying here.
Then through me you shall live, and I'll embrace becoming its symbiote or whatever it wants me to be.
Amazing stuff. Clear all stress, please.
It's for the best because I nearly was full.
You notice, Farnath and Odrin, as these shoots extend into Tiki, the world seed gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller until it is about the size of a prune or a satsuma. But what you now notice is it then shifts along these vines and it takes root just below Tiki's sort of Adam's apple, so to speak, the top of his chest. It glows there like a golden amulet. Tiki, your eyes open.
Is it you, Tiki? You're not possessed by it or anything?
That's a good question. Do I have independent thought? Am I still me?
You feel like yourself.
Tiki, what does Odrin
Sound like
call
yourself.
you?
Twiggy or stick boy?
Ah, it's you.
Yep, it's you.
Wonderful.
It feels a bit hot. Well, I did it.
I mean, was this consensual? You always tell me it must be.
I'll be honest. I gave in to nature in the biggest way possible. That seed was dying here. It was literally a wounded animal fighting for its life.
Oh, no.
It was just attacking
now I
us
feel
out
bad.
of fear. Yeah.
No, I do feel bad now.
But I've decided to be its host so we can take it to where it needs to be. And I think where we need to go, Farnath, is back to your home. I need to take it to the highest point I possibly can to replant it.
Oh, well, goodness me. That's quite the trip. But I'm looking forward to it. Gets real close up to your chest where the egg is and goes, sorry, by the way. Terribly sorry.
You
And I
see
do that.
now,
Just
very
sprouts from
small
my
Pat it
world.
on the, just pat it on the shoulder.
I was going to say it glows slightly. The daisy sprouting from the nipples has definitely won out. Just whoop whoop.
Ooh.
I think that's
Tiki,
a-
I didn't.
I think that's
know
I
I
forgive
had that
you.
effect on you. Oh, color me, blimey.
So,
Good.
what does that mean for the tree above then? Is that now dead?
Oh, bugger.
Oh, that's a very good point. Do I get the sense that the tree was the problem for the seed? Actually, I'll just ask a seed. It's in my brain. It's in me, isn't it? So I'll ask it, was the tree the problem? Or was you sustaining the tree? Was the tree draining you? That sort of thing.
Make me an instinct roll, please.
Come on. 21. Hope wins.
21 with hope. You don't get a voice this time, but more of an impression and more of flashing memories of the tree has been here ever since the world seed arrived here, and you see actually the world seed itself arriving and what looks like sort of a meteor strike. And then the city, the village and the town growing around it, and the nature of individuals, the capriciousness, the arrogance, the ignorance, beginning to just diminish the power around it.
So would that mean the behaviour of the people in the village was part of the problem?
If that's what you want to read into that, that is what you want to read into that.
I don't think it was I don't think that the tree necessarily will die now. We've taken the world tree. I think the world tree and the seed have always almost coexisted. I think it's this town. It just needs to be out of here. It's not the right environment, the right energy, the right vibe.
It needs to be away from technology and civilization. It needs to be more in tune with nature.
And
away from the blueberry pie.
Closer to the skies and the heavens, because this thing came from the heavens. As like on a big rock into the ground. And I'll kind of do a reenactment of my vision. So when the city's growing and it needs to be like.
Well, I don't know about you two, but I'm feeling like this might be some sort of a short or long campaign where we might meet some other companions along the way on our.
I'm always happy to find and meet new people. Absolutely.
That's just what I was thinking. I was thinking, look, this needs a sequel.
I will say then,
type 5 when there's fucking 11 of them for no reason.
Why not? As this happens, then a hole opens above you, and vines, now green, begin to grow down, and they form sort of this rope that you can climb out of.
Odrin, you go first. You know that I can only fly if people aren't watching.
Okay. Yes, I do. Yes, I must make sure that Tiki, do you want to Twiggy, do you want to climb on me, and we'll go up together?
Yeah, and as you're climbing, I'll just sort of hold on to your belt like that and just rise up with you as you climb.
Farneth does the same, and we're just giggling behind his back, and
as if he still believes you. I know, it's brilliant.
I don't feel the weight.
Odrin climbs up this vine, and you exit out. You realise you've
best out of everybody. I'm just taking the opportunity to be lazy.
You're just taking the easy route. You realise now you have exited out on the far side of the Hollow Heart tree. The village of Crimson Hollow exists on the other side of this tree, and you are free now to disappear off into the wilderness, should you so wish, to continue your quest. Or you could turn and face the consequences that now exist within Crimson Hollow itself.
Why is
but with that being said, and with that bombshell, that is where we are going to leave our special one-shot of Daggerheart. But I think, based on that ending, it is not the end for Farneth, Tiki, Odrin, and maybe more. I don't know about you, but I've thoroughly enjoyed that. Look, as we announced at the beginning,
my heart.
I think we've all enjoyed that one. We said at the beginning of the session, I appreciate there's people that have joined us halfway through, joined us sort of so whether through some way of the session through. Sorry, when I get my words out. We have just launched our own and very first Patreon for Malt and Magic. We are going to do a debrief of Daggerheart, the Hollow Heart, which will go out on that Patreon service. So if anybody wants access to that, then please go and subscribe and let us know. There's also a bunch of other things you can get on there, including ad-free podcasts and the session 0 for this. Plus, after every session now going forward, we will be doing this Malt Magic and More debrief, so you can access that. But with that being said, Josh, thank you very much for joining us once again.
We'd be fucked without
every time you join.
Come on.
I was going to say, every time you join, it is an absolute scream. So thank you so much for joining us, my friend. So much fun. No, you're always welcome. Thank you, everybody from Roll Together as well, for raiding us as well. Danny, Dave, superb as always. Any final thoughts from anyone?
Loved it. Can we do it again?
I was going to say, when are we doing it again?
Yep.
As soon as we can schedule it, I think, based on that one. Very good. Okay, well, next week I believe we are. In fact, most of us are away next week, so I apologise. We are going to do a rebroadcast, but it is a rebroadcast of 10 Candles. So look out for that. It's going to be one of our finer pieces of content. So do enjoy that. But then we will be back for more Campaign 2 goodness, and who knows, more Daggerheart in the future. Until such time, though, my friends, stay safe. We love you all. And we'll see you next time.